Hello and welcome to yet another lecture, and thanks for watching once again. And today we continue our explorations of the Möbius transformations, and finally we are at the point at which we can actually discuss about the Möbius transformations. So without any further ado, let's get into it. We discussed about very simple mapping, the simplest mapping in fact, which is f of z is az plus b. Right? We talked that it has some good properties. It represents a linear transformation, right? And it has fixed points, but it has one problem that it does not extend to infinity. Let's think about some other kind of mapping, right? Let's say there is some mapping h of z, which is 1 over cz plus d, right? What about this kind of mapping, right? So again, it maps every point at infinity. Every point in the Argand plane to some other point in the Argand plane, right? But there is one thing which this mapping has and this mapping does not have. That is that it maps, points at infinity. That is to say, if you take the limit at z as z times tends to infinity of h of z, this tends to 0. So this tells you that this map maps points at infinity to 0. But the crux of the matter is this map maps points at infinity to a finite point. That's a very good thing to have, right? Also, consider what would happen if cz plus d goes to 0. Well, as that happens, z would have to go to minus of d by c, and obviously, if the denominator tends to 0, h of z would tend to infinity. So if the limit of z tending to minus d by c of h of z, if this limit would tend to infinity. So that is to say that this maps points at infinity to 0, that is a point, that is a finite point, and this maps points, finite points minus d by c to infinity. That is to say, this map points finite points to infinity and infinite points to finite points, and that is great property to have. It's a brilliant property to have. And talking about its fixed points, well, the fixed points of this map will be given by this equation over here, which is a quadratic equation, a simple quadratic equation that will be cz squared plus vz equaling 1, right? And that will be that z is equal to minus d plus minus the root of v squared minus 4 plus 4 plus 4 c over c. So this has another interesting property that it not only has a fixed point, but it has two fixed points. That is a really good property to have. And further, we can talk about whether the fixed points are at finite and distinct places. That is to say, if the discriminant is greater than 0, then there will be two fixed points. We can have the case of a single fixed point when the discriminant of this equation is 0. We can also have the cases of whether or not the fixed points are at infinity or not, right? And that is a supremely good quality to have. Okay, but there is one thing. This mapping starts off with an inversion. That is to say, 1 over c plus d, that is basically an inversion. That is to say, z goes to 1 over z, kind of that, right? With some constant of proportionality, but z goes to 1 over z. So this starts off with an inversion. So this mapping, with all its great properties, does not take into account proper linear transformations. It does map points, finite points to finite points, but it does not, has all the properties of a good linear transformation. So it has the property of inversion, but it does not have the property of linear transformation. But wouldn't it be great if we combine these two maps? That is to say, if we multiply f of z and h of z, and for the sake of terminology, I will now write I will have to use f for something else. So I'll say g of z. So now let's multiply g of z and h of z. We have known that both these mappings have really good properties, and we now want to unite them in one strong framework. So let's define a map f of z as h of z times g of z, and that is a z plus b over c z plus d. Again, a, b, c, d are constants, but they all are complex numbers. And this mapping over here, my friends, is known as the Möbius transformation. Drum rolls, right? So that is the Möbius transformation. Okay, now you might think, what was the fuss all about? Well, first of all, we've got a lot of good properties. We've got, again, if I were to solve for the fixed points, then I will get a quadratic equation. That's a good thing to have, right? And we'll get more than, just that kind of thing. So we'll have more interesting properties, right? But further, you might say that, was this all just, for this simple thing? Might look like this is not something advanced. But, bear with me, because you'll get to see something great. So first of all, remember from the last video that all the fuss was about, having a map which extends to infinity, which extends points to infinity. So we found out that, the inversion mapping, the inverted form of this map, az plus d, which was kind of like cz plus d, cz plus d, is a mapping which has this property of extending to infinite points. So now let's talk whether the Möbius transformation extends to infinite points. So f of z is a z plus d over c z plus d. Obviously, it has all the points in the finite plane in it. Finite orbital plane. Now, again, as z equals to minus d by c, f of z goes to infinity. So it takes finite points and maps them out to infinity. That is a good thing. But now, what will happen to points at infinity? In the previous case, we had that all the points at infinity are just mapped to one point, right? 0. If I were to change C and D, I would still get, the mapping of infinity to, is still 0. But here that will not be the case. Let's see why. So limit of z tending to infinity of f of z is a z plus b over cg plus d, and let me put this over here. So limit z tends to infinity. This is an infinite form, which is absolutely appropriate for using L'Hopital's rule. So L'Hopital's rule. So here the variable is z, and I can just use L'Hopital's rule in its usual format. So I just differentiate the numerator with respect to z, and the denominator with respect to z. I will end up with a over c. So this is the limit of f of z as z tends to infinity. So this is really good, because now we have points at infinity still being mapped to finite points as we had in the inversion mapping. But alongside that, these are not just constant points. If you were to change the constants in the equation, the points will change. So in essence, you can map any point in the Argand plane to infinity, and you can also map any point at infinity to a finite point in the Argand plane, and that is a really super property of Möbius transformations. So, right, with any kind of transformation, there is an associated, and as we were saying about whether it, AZ plus B has linear transformation property, this has inversion property. So, Möbius transformation has, three distinctive properties. So, it has linear transformations encoded in it. So, if I were to, just have B equal to 1 and C equal to 0, so then this mapping will then f of z will just be a z plus b, and that is a linear transformation. So this takes into account rotations and stuff like that. In fact, if further b is equal to 0, I have the dilation transformation, that is to say the points magnify by some constant value, they dilate out. Okay. Further, if a is equal to 0, further if a is equal to 0 and b is equal to 1, then I'm left with my usual inversion mapping, which is 1 over cz plus b, and further if b is equal to 0, then f of z is simply 1 over c by z, which is the very simple form of inversion. So Möbius transformation encodes the linear transformations, rotations, dilations, and inversions, and that's a really broad skill set for a transformation. That's a really good conformal mapping. So that's a really good property. Now, there are two things. Firstly, I think this is a good point to stop. Okay, because the next thing that I'm going to discuss is about a very specific property of Möbius transformations, which is going to be very important in our further discussions. So let's stop over here. I hope you liked this video, and thanks for watching, and see you next time.